Got to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't have a flicker available, but still has the backup of the team Rids there as well. So still, both teams kind of looking for this side of the map where they can actually really punish things.
Yeah, RQ especially we know to be a team that's quite aggressive early on. They definitely have more of an early to mid-game power spike. So even though you're on a given like a little bit careful, we see the backup of the team Rids there as well. So still, both teams kind of looking for this side of the map where they can actually really punish things. This might be the play for them, but still quite aggressive early on. Exactly where it needs to be. Kind of keeping an eye on Sano there, making sure that, doesn't get too out of control from the pressure being put by RQ. And so they still kind of look for things, and this is still the answer, though. You can see them really focusing down, doubling down on the side of the map. They want to start to get some of the tier 1 down if they can, and Sano trying to keep him at bay, but look at the damage. That's a lot of damage. Purify used by Sano in the backline. Portal, drop down in the front line, and then to be able to catch out one, but it's going to be a Skylar trade for Sano. Vocal is gone. The knockup away the Dragon Seek puts the onto Oda, but he's still able to dash away. So even now on top of Nolan is going to be able to pick him up with Rin's assistance. And Bullock is picked up in the backline. It is trade for trade. And Suzuki picks up one more himself. Only 2 players remaining on both teams. Avatar the Guardian gonna look for the knockup, but coming still has purified, so the Susan is able to walk out.
Yeah, even trade. 3 for 3 so far. Sano joining the fight again. Gonna force them out of the jungle. Taking a couple shots from the Rhapsody too, but ultimately a good fight from Twisted Minds. Able to go toe-to-toe. It was unfortunate that Sano kind of got cut off, and then he got caught away from the team, and Rids was able to clean it up, and then the shortcut came through. And it looked a little chaotic for a while from Twisted Minds on exactly what they wanted to do in that fight, but ultimately, the fact that they got some kills out of the exchange was great, but they are losing these turrets, and that is going to be the advantage that RQ plays with as they work on this third turtle. Secure it here, now 2 in their favor. And also, again, the space here. Troll, though, joining the fight.
Now, Troll dropping down the shortcut on Skylar, but multiple members of both teams going to be taking it through. Skylar now being surrounded. Avatar the Guardian, unfortunately, in a bad spot from Zyron, so not able to save him, but now the lift off on Sano. Going to be one traded over. Sano doing so much damage on the backline, though, and RQ Hoshi is dealing with all of the bulky flying, and they're not able to break through. One more down, here comes the different flag, not able to finish off Troll, though. He comes out pumping, and they use the ultimate as well to escape from Edom, and RQ Hoshi has run out of resources. Twisted Minds comes out on top.
Really good fight from Twisted Minds, and it could have been way worse, but great usage of playing some of that front line to block some of those shots so that Susan couldn't just walk in and then capitalize on some kills there. Again, both teams really trying to go and scale up, but yes, there's still this lead. There's still also the macro advantage that RQ has. And this is, what they're going to play around with. The fact that they got those early turrets down, they can play into it. Good item power pickup here for Sano. Malefic Gun is picked up now. Key item that a lot of the Brunos need, but look at the pressure here now on this side of the jungle from RQ. And they look to actually stare down this tier 2 turret. Couple shots with the Destinata, they will trade. Finally that tier 1 goes down. Twisted Minds still pushing up there on the top. Looks like they might even trade this one. But they're going to have to go back and answer it. They do send Skylar up there, but this is a great kind of mirroring happening from Twisted Minds to deal with that pressure that RQ is putting around the map.
Yeah, I really like what Twisted Minds is doing right now. They understand their opponent, right? They've definitely done their research and knows that RQ is a team that wants to play for early game, ideally for snowball, and so they're simply not giving it to them, even if it means sacrificing a few towers. The goal is to get to that power spike around that level 15, where Bruno just immediately takes over the game with the 4 or 5th item.
How do you think it's going to work out here, though, Staffa? When we get to the late game, especially the level 15 in mind, you have those 2 goal winners, so Bruno and a Granger. Who has that upper hand?
Well, if I remember, Granger is actually the jungler. Hold on, Troll gonna get picked, drop the shortcut in time, but he's already gone. Pumpkin comes through, AOG to stop anyone else. Oda actually comes through right at the end. RQ able to destroy the portal. Twisted Minds not gonna lose any more besides 4 for now, but that is the chip gone. And here comes the full commitment from RQ. Towards pathway, not able to escape, but Sano doing so much damage from flank, able to take out Enoch. That's a trade on Mike Sama as well for RQ. Oh, dropping low, Suzuki tunes it. Mana Pumpkin steals the Suzuki. Jump forward, take one, but he's not able to finish off Suzuki. That's going to be a double kill for the Granger.
Double kill for the Granger. Sano's still going, though. Takes a couple shots at Dyron. And yes, like you mentioned. Oh,
there's the pump still going in. Get the passive in time to set up for the Zaman boys. That's not quite long enough though. So Tyrant unfortunately giving his life for nothing.
See, I'm so used to seeing Granger in the gold lane. Yes, you are correct, right? In the jungle. Even that matchup though, it's still going to be crucial for this fight because Skylar, his job on this Harith is mainly dropping down the Zaman force they can find it. But the range battle, especially with the Granger in mind, you're going to be trying to deal with Sano shooting off, especially with the Malefic gun. And this is what he's doing.
Yeah, look at how much damage Precision is like all by him. Oh, the range! Oh! The blow! The shutdown! The monster kill! And Precision plays one final Death Sonata for Sano.
That's what I was talking about, man. I mean, the two marksmen technically on the map is what you have to deal with in the range. It seems like the advantage really going to this Granger, and you take too many Rhapsody shots, and then the next thing you know, boom, Death Sonata, and you are gone.
Hoda trying to look for Skylar, but Zaman Force comes out. We can see even Skylar is scaling up now despite not having any kills. And Suzuki dropping Mike's on to 30%, forcing out Glorious Backway before the fight even starts. Death Sonata just pelting at Sano from all the way across the map.
How do you catch this guy? How do you actually put that pressure where you need to? They're going to put it on the top turret right now. Trying to assault the base down again. It was only that first lord that pushed in. They will lose those holy shield, those holy defenses in the base, but ultimately Twisted Minds does hold on. We get a preview of the stacks, of course, for the Granger, but also the Sky Piercer. He's got 5 stacks right now at the 50 mark. And this is the thing, you're already seeing that preview, and I think that's what's got to be answered here. How do you deal with this? How do you catch Susujin? Because even if you try to go for that angle, then this is why I was saying the Zaman Force plays that part where at least you can drop down and then Skylar can do his thing, and he's been farming up for the majority of the game. And it does get a little more difficult, and I think that's why we have to see Troll utilize the shortcut in a specific way to be able to offset RQ Hoshi's kind of positioning when it comes to the team fights.
Susujin is actually insane right now. Double the farm of Hoda, nearly triple the damage dealt of the second highest DPS in the game. He is showing us how Granger jungle is meant to be played. And I am terrified because I am going to see him everywhere in my pub games after this.
You know what? At this point, there's been some trendsetters so far.
There is! Coming with the shutdown! And now Reed has to use ultimate defensively! That is the kill that Twisted Minds have been looking for, but can real play. Flicker forward by Troll to escape. Unfortunately, still going to be cut off by 4 members of RQ looking for a little bit of vengeance. Zaman Force should be finally in the coffin here, as Skylar finds a little bit of revenge.
Oh, you see what's happening here too. Twisted Minds gets that information, they make their way to Lord. They know that Susujin's down and gone. But RQ, they actually want to stall this out as much as they can and possibly even fight this. Can they make it happen?
AOG got the miss on Diamond, actually zones out the way of the Dragon on the Hoda, right into range, but Hoda quite ready. Still able to get it though when Zaman Force comes in. Diamond finds a lot of space between Pumpkin and Sano. Gonna eventually lose his life because Bruno is starting to hit pretty hard. But RQ Hoshi will secure the position they were looking for around the Lord Pit. Susujin finally respawned, Pumpkin tried to drop Rin down, but Purify already used, has to use the ultimate as well. Sano looking for Skylar, not able to find it. Rin gets executed at the end of his life, but the job is done as the Lord falls into the hands of RQ.
Great play there from RQ to actually go and install things out, find the right target, take out Hoda, and then bottom enough time for Susujin to make it to secure the Lord. Good attempt from Twisted Minds, but ultimately they find themselves in the defense. And earlier what they did, the way they utilized that shortcut to be able to go and crash into Susujin and take him out is great. I'm wondering if they're going to replicate it.
Well, speaking of, they literally use the shortcut again on Skylar this time, and the latter is already gone, but they will trade Pumpkin for it. Troll now being chased down by Susujin, not going to be able to escape. I think that's the Sky Piercer proc. Double kill for Susujin as RQ trade 1 for 2. Lord crashing in mid lane. Mid inhibitor already gone for Twisted Minds.
Edo did go down, but this is again a play that RQ can go and now knock the base turret still up top and bottom of Twisted Minds. Definitely start to respect what can be set up here.
Of course, traffic comes in, and Night Raptor Susujin at 10%. There's no Sky Piercer though, not enough to finish him off Gunner with killing spree. Sano will trade for wins. Susan going a bit too far in, but that is another inhibitor gone. And with the final one falling, Twisted Minds no longer have any structures.
That was so close, Stuff. I mean, good thing for the Revitalize to help Susujin there, because he got really low, and that's what I was saying. You gotta be able to respect the damage still that can come from Twisted Minds. We saw a preview of it. If they get caught in a glorious pathway trying to escape, then they might be in a bad situation. Twisted Minds, I feel like at this point, they almost have to twist their own minds to be able to go and find the right target, which is Susujin on the backside, utilizing the shortcut, taking a look at the items. They nearly have exactly what they need. This is a good item pickup too for Troll, because he has to be kind of tanking up those shots, the Rhapsody or whatnot, even those basic attacks from Susujin, now that he has the NT Caress here to help him out, soak that up. But even so, Mike Saman needs to get a little more defensive, because part of his job obviously is utilizing the glorious pathway, but then the Revitalize. And like I said, Hoda. We see this time and time again with the Nolan man, able to go ahead and try to assassinate someone before you end up going down or escaping, are all going to come into play. And even for Cuffin, you know, what ultimate is he usually taking? Well, it's usually Rin's Beacon, and he picks up a Divine Glaive. So damage is going to be great from Twisted Minds. The hard part is really solving that puzzle of the team fight and the positioning that they need. Because some more big item pickups obviously are going to RQ now that they have the 6K gold lead. And even earlier on, you saw how much gold damage was done from Susujin alone. He's picking up the potion now too. He's locked and loaded at this point.
Oh, that's not they scouted out Troll. No ambush attempt here. RQ, you can see how effectively they are using this hero pickup. Twisted Minds, like you mentioned, do need to delay the game a bit longer. Their frontliners are just not durable enough in comparison. Dyrene and Nidog both already have Twilight armor, so even Sano not gonna be able to get through them too quickly.
It's a really hard positioning to take here against Lord, take against RQ, for Twisted Minds too. Cuffin's still looking to take an ultimate from this. We'll see what he ends up doing. They are going to go ahead and stay away from Cuffin's entry point. Rinz is going to wait patiently there. The Lord is going to be started up. They still have to, again, take time, because Troll can actually go ahead and utilize this chip in the situation, but look at the placement of Otis. On the other side, again, because he knows that he can shortcut down through. Half health on the Lord. Here's the green light, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, RQ makes the executive Troll, but Troll in the backline with shortcut. Diner picks up the Lord, but here comes Glorious Pathway. And with the Miners surrounding RQ. Susujin is 2 damage, it's going to be mega kills. I'm going to be trading 1 for 1. And now Sano is shut down. And Sano is going insane. He finally gets traded away. But what does it cost? All 5 members of RQ. The kingdom has been wiped off the map.
Twisted Minds twisted their mind for that one, man. I said that's what they had to do. They do it. They diminish the goal lead that RQ had. They still have to deal with this Lord. But what a momentum shift that Twisted Minds just had. We're going to get a good look at this replay. Again, brought to us by Katia. Look at this placement. Troll comes in, conceal, finds Riz, crash courses in, does a ton of damage too, drops things down. The AOG wasn't enough to help them out. And then even from Troll, he takes this aggressive flicker forward to cap out a kill. And that is a fight that definitely goes in the hands of Twisted Minds. Great usage of the chip. And again, this is why that hero was usually banned out majority of the time, because things like that can happen. RQ still in control generally of the game because of the advantage they have of the map presence. Those turrets are down from Twisted Minds, but that's exactly what they need to hopefully turn things around in their favor if they really want to cap out game 1. Again, it is a best of 3 this time.
I've personally observed so far in the Swiss stage that when you are playing against the Bruno, if you are not able to end the game by the 15-16 minute mark, it doesn't usually end very well for you, and Twisted Minds have bought themselves a lot of time with that previous engagement. So I am actually quite worried for RQ now. They really got to play the next few minutes carefully, or we could witness another comeback.
Twisted Minds have been doing that. You know, we saw that yesterday. Get another look here at the stacks, of course, with Susujin. He's also a huge threat. You know, we talk about the Bruno a lot, but it's still the same thing, and Twisted Minds eventually, they have to do so much. They have to line up so many things right to be able to shut down the right marks here from RQ, and that's what they did. So still, Troll, he's going to have to replicate the same thing, because most likely it's a stalemate until this next Lord comes up unless they actually force a fight for that numbers advantage. RQ Hoshi, considering the fact that they have control around the majority of the map, they could do that. But it also exposes them if they aren't able to actually land that set they're looking for, whether that's whether that's even Dyran. They're better off kind of just taking it slow, waiting for that Lord to come up, and then trying to go about it a different way. Because this time around, I don't think it's going to be the same thing. RQ Hoshi isn't going to fall for that play that we saw earlier from Troll, setting things up through the portal and then dropping the shortcut.
Yeah, RQ Hoshi basically need to mind the positionings of two players on Twisted Minds, and that is going to be Troll and Sano specifically for reasons that I don't think need to be too definitively explained, right? We know that these are the main targets that RQ could lose the game because of, and because of that, they gotta adopt a slightly less aggressive positioning around this next Lord.
It's really crucial one again, 20 plus minutes in. Still take note of the positioning for both teams on the map. I don't think Susan actually, wants to fully commit to this just yet, too. Cuffin taking the Avatar of the Guardian this time around. And as RQ gets ready for this fight, manages the wave, they want some of that pressure to still go, too. That's why you also have the Hoda dealing with that wave up top. Because they've got all three lanes kind of pushing in, because the base turrets are down. And so they got to manage that. They might even try. It's like they wanted to possibly push into that tier 2. It does. It might go down. They sent Skylar up to deal with it, but both teams kind of just staring each other down. If they could actually get a surprise attack on someone here for Twisted Minds, if they could actually find one of the members of RQ and take them down, then that sets themselves up better for the Lord take. But it's half health now. Cuffin holding on to this Avatar of the Guardian. It is going to go for a reset. They're still staying up top, though, too. They're up Hoda alongside Troll. Both teams not really wanting to overcommit on this Lord.
In this case, Twisted Minds going for the macro decisions here. Troll finally taking the shortcut through. Flickers forward, doesn't really find the target needed, but portal comes through finally. Set up Hoda. Comes in, gets the Lord very, very easily. RQ Hoshi looking for retribution right now. Trying to pick up Lightsama, but he's able to run away and come in even with the Terrify. Prevents further engagement. Twisted Minds snatches the Lord right from under RQ Hoshi.
Again, another box ticked here for Twisted Minds to go ahead and turn the game in their favor. They made the right move. They went in, they got the Lord, and then they disengaged. And now they can kind of recuperate themselves and get ready to go ahead and march further with this. Look at the gold difference between the gold laners. Sano's done an amazing job at really farming up. Still obviously locked in with everything that he needs. Going with the no boot route here. And just picks up the potions because he wants to be able to pop off as much damage as he can when things are set up. Cuffin's still holding on to the Avatar of the Guardian too. This could be a very scary defense for RQ Hoshi to defend against as that Lord makes his way up top. They try to hold on to these turrets the best they can. They still have the tier 2 turrets. And it looks like they'll clear things out that way. But also defensively. Earlier I was saying Mike Saman needed to get some more of that tankiness, and now he's got it. Even with the immortality, able to help him out from this. So RQ, as the waves are going to be managed out, how do they approach this base defense? When we look at it, their base defense isn't too bad, but they're most likely going to have to utilize the Zaman Force to clear some of these powered-up waves, because this is a rather strong Lord pushing in at almost the 23-minute mark. They want to hold on to the base turrets, but we might see a exposed base from RQ as they get ready for the defense.
Lawrence halfway comes in, Twisted Mind looking for the kill angle. Dyran caught out, cannot AOG out to safety. Killing free for Hoda, and then the stolen AOG knocks off Enoch. He has to flicker away. The Lord to pick up Troll. The Lord's on top of Crystal, but it's dropping low. Zaman Force comes out. RQ Hoshi will be able to clear it away. As Twisted Mind now, Skylar blows up in a single second. Asano kicks him in the face with a bowling ball. Twisted Minds in full control.
Yeah, those aren't footballs anymore. Stop it, those are bowling balls at this point from Sano. And you can see just how much damage it is doing.
Trolling going back in, short comes out, Cuffin takes it, Mike's on the door, it's probably dropped down, Enoch can be targeted until it has immortality. Suzuki trying to clear away as much as possible, but they don't have enough damage. Twisted Minds have turned it around. They have taken game #1 from RQ Hoshi.
You cannot count these guys out. The Twisted Minds, man. I said it earlier, they gotta twist their minds, get back into the game, make it work. They were down by so much. And they scrap it together again, just like they did yesterday. Even without the Sicilian. What a performance from them. Panel, take us through game number 1. Holy cow! Game number 1 already. Things are already shaking up here now. I mentioned earlier, Husky, if Twisted Minds take game number 1 in the fashion which you just witnessed, has that shaken up your predictions?
A little bit, shaken the predictions a little bit for sure, but still have faith in RQ Hoshi because we saw the pros of both teams, right? RQ Hoshi, early to mid, very clean with their gauges, very good ideas. But when that late game rolls around, we also saw Twisted Minds with the previous games. It's all that mid to late game, the macro play, confident and troll. Oh my god, what do you guys made out of?
Redbar, have they twisted your minds off?
Heck yeah, they confirmed. I'm not crazy to believe that possibly, potentially, you know? Just what I really appreciate what Twisted Minds did. Twisted Minds did go for the last big chip, how they played it, even though they lost it, and we were talking about it. We were like, is Twisted Minds going to be playing for the late game now? And then Husky, you mentioned, oh, maybe that's how they win, you know? And they dragged it out to the point where they could just find an opening. The opening was through macro, with showing the chip and the Nolan up top, or well, the chip was hiding. Showing the Nolan on top, and then suddenly you think, all right, we're gonna fight. Nope. Here's my portal. Suddenly Hoda goes through and just goes there to retreat, not to fight. They escape, they push forward with the Lord, and they continue the aggression.
So many things happen in that one sequence. Like not only show your jungler top, forcing Skyler to respond, chunking on Susujin, forcing their recall. I gotta say, we saw F product against RG. You asked us if we believe in the 2%. Do you believe in that 1% win probability for Twisted Minds that they just may come true?
Yeah, again, there is a live win rate prediction here in IOI. It got to 99% RQ Hoshi will win this, 1% Twisted Minds.
It's pretty crazy how things are shaping up. 20 to 19 was the final kill score, 23 and 40 seconds as the duration of the game. Alright, looking at the items, first things first, obviously
here in
Bruno is
IOI.
for sure.
It got to 99%
Susujin on the Ranger jungle. Walk me through this, because again, they've got a good distribution of damage. They got magic in the gold, they got physical in the jungle. However, I'm looking at his item build progression, and he is swapping out. He was rich.
Yeah, he had to constantly swap it out. He get BFB, get whatever item they decide needed at the moment, and then would buy back boots so that they'll have the stronger retribution once it got to the point where objectives were the main name of the game. You really gotta appreciate what RQ Hoshi did in their draft. I am more subscribing to the idea that they picked that Granger as a flex. It wasn't locked in yet for the jungle. The moment they saw the chip and they thought about the possibility of how this team fight would go, they decided we need a second carry. It cannot just be, let's say if ever it was the idea was Skyler on this Granger. We need another carry, so if one goes down, the other one will cover it. And that's why RQ dominated for a good amount of the time. Because Twisted Minds, yes, they would fight, but they could only get one carry down. They couldn't get both Susujin and Skyler for the longest time.
Yeah, and that was also partially because Twisted Minds, from the early mid, didn't have the damage just yet, right? Salam still needed an item, Cuffin still needed an item, Hoda had a rough early game, at one point he was 4 levels behind Susujin, but also credit to Twisted Minds like Troll for finding those angles, right? Constantly able to jump on Skyler, bring his whole team in, jump on Susujin, and the same problem with Raider that we saw, you need a finisher. Susujin was trying to be judged during Executor, but at one point, when that Bruno comes online, no one's the wiser.
I mean, let's double check how much damage he did. And yes, he is going to be top of the charts for his team. However, on the opposite end, both Skyler as well as Susujin, like you mentioned, as the dual carries, also putting up some good numbers. So really, it's not about whether or not the execution is good. I want to talk about team fighting and also specifically positioning, because Cuffin pulled it out on some critical moments.
Yeah, that sudden entry to go for the Shadow Strike, to be able to dash forward. There was one situation where he was able to get both Susujin and Skyler on his Granger. You really got to appreciate what RQ Hoshi did in their draft. I am more subscribing to the idea that they picked that Granger as a flex. It wasn't locked in yet for the jungle. The moment they saw the chip and they thought about the possibility of how this team fight would go, they decided we need a second carry. It cannot just be, let's say if ever it was Skyler on this Granger. We need another carry, so if one goes down, the other one will cover it. And that's why RQ dominated for a good amount of the time. Because Twisted Minds, yes, they would fight, but they could only get one carry down. They couldn't get both Susujin and Skyler for the longest time. Yeah, that was also partially because Twisted Minds, didn't have the damage just yet, right? Salam still needed an item, Cuffin still needed an item, Hoda had a rough early game, at one point he was 4 levels behind Susujin, but also cred one clip there where we saw Coffin just, helping check out the bushes, the shrubs, because the chip wasn't there. He saw Susujin, poked him, brought him down to 40%. 60% of his health gone in just one combo from the Valentina. And the fact that he would be getting the Crimson Beacon of the Juicin, it essentially turned into another Juicin, except with the deadlier outsource of damage. Because the Valentina isn't going to be using the Lantern Flare for damage. No, it's her Shadow Strikes. And dishing out that damage coming off the Crimson Beacon as well to help precision and stuff like that. Oh, what a game by Coffin, man. Coffin season is real.
I mean, it is Coffin season, but Sano at the end of the day was the reason what got them over the finish line. As much as Coffin was able to kind of